I'm Victor Glenn from MyPointTV in Austin, Texas. You may have heard the phrase NFT as it relates to art recently. MyPointTV even covered the topic in detail. To recap the subject,
NFTs themselves stand for non-fungible token, which basically means it's a digitally secured asset. That can apply to a JPEG, a simple picture, it can be a GIF, it can be even a song. So these things are minted against the blockchain, and they have a verifiable creation date, verifiable creator, and it makes it so the issue of forgery or replication is impossible on that specific item.
the technology is closely related to cryptocurrencies and blockchain, and according to NFT collector and podcast host Adam McBride, it's providing a new form of expression for many budding and experienced artists.
And art is a great use case, and what we've seen is like artists explode and have basically transformative careers. I know 20 or 30 myself personally who, used to work at whatever. They worked for Adobe or they worked for IBM making logos and, doing design work. But there have always been artists at heart, but they were never able to harness their digital technology and their digital art to make a living. And now they can.
While some collections sell for similar prices to high-end physical art pieces, like those of early NFT adopter and one of the first female artists in the space, Victoria Verdandi, NFT art can also facilitate access at price points more akin to art expo and convention floor show prints.
You can sell these pieces for, this kind of basically the price of like a high edition print, right? So these pieces are at 6 TES right now. So that amounts to about $25, which is like, pretty much the minimum you'll see for like a paper, maybe letter size, artist print that you'll sell, people will sell either through their websites or at kind of booth shows, tables, or through the galleries or whatever. I think there's a lot of people who are just like really excited about, anybody who is using the technology and kind of like interested in it and willing to like learn and educate themselves about it. Because if you are kind of making those steps to put your work on the blockchain and minting work, you kind of have to go through this, you should do a little bit of like learning about the tech, and hopefully when you learn about it, it's just like, oh, okay, cool, this is, I see advantages that are real.
In addition to providing income for a wide variety of local area artists and access to a new form of art, NFTs are also revolutionizing the time and energy required to produce a protected and verifiable artwork. And this is still early phase, even following the innovations of artists who began this work when cryptocurrency technology was still in its infancy.
Artists were kind of early adopters of the technology on Bitcoin. There were a lot of artists trying to do it early on Bitcoin, and you have ones like Harm van den Doppel or Jeffrey Allen Scudder, who I've had on my show and helped him with relaunching some of his early works, where these artists were digital artists, and their first tries into this technology were on Bitcoin, which isn't really suited for NFTs, but they tried it and they were trying to work through those processes. And so I've worked with them and tried to rediscover their projects and what they were working on, because they were really pioneers. They were trying to build the things that we now take for granted, which is I can launch an NFT in 10 minutes.
I'm Victor Glenn from MyPointTV, and that's how I see it. But what are your thoughts on the art world's adoption of NFTs, the evolving concept of digital ownership, and accessibility to the new medium through technology and education?